Season 2 has been incredible. Just
Thank
to
you.
get to the finale, I
Uh-huh.
feel like it was right for us to get one of the stars. He's been giving us so much food for thought, so much drama. Little Murda, J. Alphonse, back on Flip Your Wig. How are you? What's happening?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I'm doing well. Just kind of taking it all in. It's kind of surreal that we're down to the finale. Next week is the final episode of P Valley season 2, and I'm just so excited. I got an opportunity to talk to you before it even aired, and for you to be on this journey with us and to see how far we've come. So I'm excited. I'm blessed, taking in all the love that's been given, and just super, super grateful for having this opportunity.
They say Lil Murda bring them hoes out. They love that gold now. Hit the brakes and bring them lows out. That boy done sold out.
Doesn't it feel bigger this time? I feel like after each episode, Twitter, IG, has it been crazy? How does it compare to season 1 for you?
Man, it's double. It's not triple. Quadruple. I think we jumped 1,018% to be exact in our viewership from first season to second season, and you feel it, right? You know what I'm saying? You feel the energy, you feel the love coming from everybody, and then for me specifically, just being able to have a larger arc, this season than I did last season, and people receiving it the way they are, and all the Emmy conversations that the audience is talking about, and more importantly, just being truly touched by the work that Katori has put on the page and the work that we've been able to take off the page and put in people's faces. So big difference between season 1 and season 2, fan base wise, and also just performance wise, and what I've been able to do as an actor.
Congratulations. It's been so fun watching you. I feel like you've had the most fun because your character, every episode is having something major happen to him. Where do we start? I'm trying to think. Okay, I spoke to John.
Right.
And listen, the response on Twitter for that whole episode when he took his character, Big T takes his life, and the chemistry between you two and the journey you went on was phenomenal. I have to shout out the fans because they came through. For you, that day, because John told me what it was like for him, what was that day like for you? Because there was so much going on and it was such a beautiful episode to watch, even though it ended so traumatically.
Yeah. It was a beautiful day, a tragically beautiful day, and it was one of those things where we knew that was Jon Stewart's last day on set, as well as the last day for his character. So you kind of had this weird feeling of like, man, but I'm gonna see this guy again, but not in this world, And it was very emotional day. Knowing the work that we were going to have to do, we were both kind of locked in and pretty quiet that day. Forgive the airplane view here that day. I'm sitting out on my porch because my son's in there getting some stuff done. But yeah, it was a super emotional day, but also a very rewarding day because we both knew that our performances were hitting at the highest level. The writing was hitting at the highest level. Both of us being able to do something we've never done before. I've never had a scene like that in my entire career. John definitely said he's never had one like that. And so, and then just grateful that I had a great scene partner to go on that journey with. It's not hard. I mean, it's not easy, to bring out those type of emotions on screen. And when you can find someone that's able to do it just as well as you are, and able to kind of really sit into the story, it takes you to another level. The neurological system does not know you're acting. It's not that smart. So as long as when you're breathing and believing, those emotions are really going to be there. And so we felt all of those that day. And then once the audience had the opportunity to see it, once again, triple, double, kind of the feeling of like, wow, we did that. And now the world is responding to it. So once again, just grateful for the work and knowing that, the tough part is receiving all the DMs of people who actually gone through that, who actually seen people take their lives and had to lose loved ones to suicide. So I pray that everyone gets the help that they need and deserve when it comes to, these really, really deep and tough topics that we discussed on P Valley.
I'm so glad that it's episode to episode, although for me, I'm watching it again now because I feel like the wrong way to watch it is binging it. Do you know why? Because there's so much to unpack.
Right. It's a lot to unpack. And so if you go back to back, it's like, I should have stayed on that episode for a second.
Yeah, because I feel like it's so triggering for so many different reasons. Where there's joy, there's always something else. And it's like, oh, Katori, what are you doing to me?
Right. Right.
You, like, you know, you shot this a while ago, so you're kind of reliving it with us, which is nuts. When you think back to that time, what was the most challenging thing for you playing this character and knowing what journey he was going to go on?
I think just being able to show all of these different colors and emotions in a very natural and realistic way. You know, that's always a challenge, is to be as natural as possible, to be believable as possible. And when you have when you have no dialogue, you know, when you have just a few lines, or when you have an entire monologue, you want to be convincing and authentic. And so that's always been the challenge for me. And then obviously, Peep Down in the Valley, we got a lot of sex scenes, you know, a lot of moments where, as an actor, you just have to mentally prepare yourself for those moments, for the cameras to be around and for people to be in the room with you, and you know, for the world to see all of you, you know, in your glory. And so that's always a challenge, you know, just depending on how comfortable and you know, you are being out in the universe like that. But for most actors, yeah, that's a challenge. So for me, obviously, I have a lot of those.
Yes, you do.
Intimate scenes this season, and so which I'm just very proud of the work we've been able to do and touch the world. But yeah, challenge nevertheless, and you know, we go through it, we push through it, and we get the work done. So shout out to my team over that P Valley who helped me, you know, get through every day, every scene, you know, because it's not easy, but we get it done.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think P Valley is so raw, it's so real, it's so unapologetic, but we forget, you lot, this is not your lives. You're all play characters, and I've said this many times, we invest in you so much. Like, we believe everything that we see, and we feel this connection to you as well. But then at the same time, it's like remembering, actually, they're not these people.
Yeah.
Be real. I know you're cool, but you shared a stage with Megan Thee Stallion. This is legit, like a track. Get it on the floor. Tina Snow. Big Murda. I don't even know. Little Murda.
No, it's all good. It's both of them.
Walk me through like that day when she was on set, because I know everyone says she's a total sweetheart, but what was it like to just be around her and then actually record that scene on stage? Was that like, wow?
Surreal. Even right now, talking about it, you know, it just aired 2 days ago, so people are still kind of losing their shit. And you know, we're gonna drop the song, the official track. Everyone will have access to it next week.
Amazing.
Yeah, August 14th. But it was just surreal, you know. It was like, man, if you told me 2 years ago I was gonna have a song with Meg Thee Stallion, one of the biggest rappers of our generation, I would probably be like, okay, we'll see what happens. But it's just amazing, Max. It's one of those things where you don't expect certain things in your career. You expect to do well because that's what you work hard to do. But then you just have these moments that are kind of these gifts from the universe. And it's like, yeah, nah, you're going to have a song with, like I said, you know, one of the biggest rappers of our generation, Meg Thee Stallion. And it's like you said, she's a true professional. I'm sure everyone has said that about her. Came so prepared, knew her lines, you know, wasn't a diva, you know, as people can be sometimes in the industry. She had her team just very well intact, and you can tell they respect her, and she respects them, which is what I learned from them. Respect the people around you, and you'll kind of earn that same respect back. But as far as performance level, that's every day for her. P Valley was just, you know, it was a set, but she lives on the highest kind of platform when it comes to entertaining. And so I think she remained calm. And then for me, luckily, I've been able to, you know, work on P Valley 2 seasons, and I know everything that comes with it. So us together, we moved through it very seamlessly. And then
Hold up. So you weren't like, there was nobody, wifey or anyone on the phone beforehand said, you got this, right? You just need to go rock it on, because this is like Meg. She's an artist. She's a musician. You're a musician. That's where you started. So it's almost a full circle moment. But you're playing a character. So for real, there was no nerves. You were just like, bam.
No nervousness. No nerves. Just kind of knew what the moment entailed. Knew what I had to do in the moment. And if anything, I didn't want to make her nervous either. So I just stayed calm, breathe and believe, as I like to say. Definitely called my wife and FaceTimed her. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I had to introduce her to Meg, and Meg's like, girl, he been talking about you all day. How you doing? And, it was just a beautiful moment, man. And then, on stage with her, just rocked it out. We killed it. The song, I think people really like it. I can't wait for people to bump it in their cars and their headphones. And yeah, it was, man, amazing. That's kind of the only word I can think of right now, but epic is another word.
Yeah.
And then just grateful, like I said, for this opportunity. Grateful for Katori Hall to even have the mind to kind of put it together. And shout out to Meg and her team for being like, oh yeah, I want to be part of one of the biggest shows out on TV right now. So
Murda, where you at?
Yeah. Oh, there she go.
I liked it when you were performing, when Lil Murda was performing with Tina Stone. You did the wink to Uncle Clifford.
yeah.
Made
love that.
special. Yeah, because who doesn't want to feel special, have a musician on stage winking over your way? I feel like finale episode, this penultimate episode, I feel like it's just set up everything for us for the next one. And you are in trouble. Right. I am so worried about you right now, because I'm like, you were doing so well. The trajectory, Lil Murda, yeah, we got this. Then when Big Teak took his life, that was it. From then, you're a lost soul. What can you tell me?
Man, not much I can tell you, but just know that it's going to be, I think all the questions that people want to have answered will be answered for the majority, for the most part. And then some questions won't be answered. Ugh. And then, you're going to have some moments that just blow you away. And you're going to be glued to the screen. It's one of my favorite episodes, episode 9. And, we're going to see, man. We're going to see who survives, Like Katori said at the beginning of the season, anybody can get it. And people down in the valley, just one of them places where you never know, especially during times like this. So you got to tune in. You got to see what happens. And, hopefully anything that you don't want to happen happens. And everything that you want to happen happens. So
you know what's nuts? The bad things, subconsciously, I do want to happen.
Right.
But I don't, but I do.
Some people need it for the storylines, and so they could be, the heartbreak and everything like that. Yeah. But I think it's a lot of with twists and turns that are going to kind of, some people will be expecting one thing and then boom, it's something totally different. But you all are going to be excited.
I can't wait for you to come hit the stage down in Houston, because everything gets bigger down in Texas.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Ready to get on this boat?
That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Open up. Yeah.
It's so nice of you to drive your boat down to the valley.
How good are you at keeping your mouth shut? Are you somebody who gives away spoilers? Family, friends, like, is everyone like, tell me, like, even wife being like, is she not been like, tell me, because she knows what's happening?
My wife, she knows everything, just because that's my baby, that's my my pretty baby, my partner in crime, and she shares the entire journey with me. She she'll read the scripts with me sometimes, or when I get a chance to watch the screeners, most of the time she's right there beside me. So
has anybody been hitting you up though, like, tell me, and are you good at staying quiet? You are with me, but friends.
Yeah, I'm super good at staying quiet. I tell people watch it. I don't want to spoil anything. But if somebody's like, oh man, I really gotta know, like, tell me what's happening, then family, I might tell them what's up. But other than that, I keep it locked down. I
also want to say to you, there's been so much other big storylines with a lot of the other characters, and the one thing I've loved about this show is it really celebrates strong women, even through the toughest times when they're going through abuse and confusion and trauma. These women still hold it together, working around all of these ladies and these storylines that Katori's put together. What are your thoughts?
Just I say this all the time. My wife is a beautiful, strong Black woman. And I just think the world continues, to find their light through women of color. We continue to find these subtle lights that are easy to follow. And I'm just grateful that I've been a part of a community for the past 2 years that's completely ran by Black women. Majority, 90, a lot of it, starting from Katori on down to our directors, to the people that come on set, the crew that are on set. And it's different. It's a lot different than a lot of the other projects I worked on. And it's different in the best way, where it's just kind of this mother-like energy where you're going to be okay, you're going to be taken care of, you might get fussed at a little bit, but you're going to be okay.
I have to ask you, that intimate scene this season with Nico's character, Uncle Clifford. When I was watching it, honestly, I was like, whoa. Yeah. Whoa. This feels so real. I feel comfortable, but I also feel like, whoa, I've never seen anything like this. In a lot of shows, like when I think of It's a Sin and various stories that were Pose even, series that were specifically celebrating or highlighting the LGBTQI plus community. And I wanted to ask you, how did you two get through that together? Because your scene partner is everything, but I think there was a lot asked of you in that scene.
Yeah, for sure. I think, shout out to our intimacy coordinator, but she was great. She made sure everyone was comfortable, make sure everyone had the proper, garments that you need to have to keep everyone feeling safe and protected. And, it's never to be felt like real sex. It's so technical, all the different angles they have to get. But at the same time, we knew that we were, playing something and showing something that, like you said, had never been seen or shown. So Katori wanted to push the envelope as much as she could. And as far as storytelling wise, you just kind of breathe and believe. And it feels like a very new experience. I think people have sex, people make love. But as a heterosexual man, that's something that you have to kind of ask questions about. And then so to have a scene partner like Nico, who is in that community and does understand certain things, he's able to give you advice. And then you have your producers who are there for you. They take their time, because those scenes take a lot of time to shoot, but they want to take their time to make sure you're okay. And that you, like I said, feel safe and heard. And then you shoot that scene, but then it's in the can. So then you have to release it to millions of people. And so all the feelings that come with that and people being touched. And so grateful, that we had the opportunity to push the envelope. And I don't think people understand how, how much work you have to put into creating these scenes. But it is a joy when people are really touched by it, and the people who are extremely uncomfortable and, feel like they can't watch it, or they feel like they, have these hateful, hurtful things to say. I think it's just because it's so taboo, and people aren't used to seeing themselves in the mirror, aren't used to seeing their brothers and cousins and family. And so the same struggle that goes into some people, seeing it and watching it, we have similar struggles into like making it. It's like, man, this is tough. A lot of people about to see me naked. Oh no, whatever the case may be. But you have to be confident in your beliefs of wanting to touch people, and then hope people are confident in opening their hearts and minds to receiving what it is that they're saying.
How do you think this season, playing Lil Murda, has affected you, changed you as a person, if he has at all?
Oh man. I think just as an actor, I've always known what I wanted to do in this industry and how I wanted to approach it and how I wanted to leave my mark. And so Lil Murda's just giving me that opportunity. And so it's kind of surreal, because like, man, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show people my range. I wanted to show people I'm capable of evoking any emotion that may be on the page. And so he's changed my life as an artist, because people have been able to see what I can do. And then his perspective has changed my life as far as how I look at people like Lil Murda, how you see people that, it's that old saying, you can never judge a book by its cover, and which is real, and so he's changed my perspective on how I see my brothers and sisters and everyone in between that's a part of the LGBTQ plus community. And also, it's allowed me to live out my fantasy dreams as a rapper, which is really cool. So I don't want to be a rapper, have a career as a rapper, but Lil Murda's giving me the opportunity. And then just to be able to work alongside Katori Hall and her genius and everyone that's involved with P-Valley, my castmates, It truly has been a life-changing experience, and I look forward to continue to change lives, you know, pushing forward with many more seasons to come. Hopefully we get up to about 5 or 6 of those
Yes,
things.
I mean, today a lot of people were like, season three. I cannot imagine this not getting a season 3. I feel like on the back of this success, they probably are going to sign 4 and 5 off as well. How does it feel to you?
I feel good about it, you know. I feel like we can't leave the world like this, you know. But I feel like Stars, they want to continue to tell these stories. They want to continue to support Black women and their stories and people of color. And so this is one of the best stories out there, I think.
I can't wait for season 3. Yes.
Thank you, Max. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me. You're wonderful as always. And season finale coming up real soon.
Okay, take care. And you didn't tell me anything again.
I'm sorry, but you'll see it though.
I will.